Hello, I hope you're still good. I hope you're still happy. Yep, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Today we're doing analytical geometry. Analytical geometry simply means a circle. We'll deal with a circle. A circle is a function that has a center with coordinates x and y. From there, then another important thing that defines a circle is its radius. The radius from the center towards the circumference. And if it's from circumference to another circumference, then you have two radius which is equals to the diameter now. Right? Yes. Gonna get more into it as time goes on. Therefore, it simply means if you have the diameter, you can just divide it by 2 to get the radius. Sometimes they can give you that, depends on what you have, right? Sure. And what defines the circle is an equation of a circle, which is defined by x minus a all to the x squared plus y minus b all squared is equals to the radius squared. That's where you're going to get this radius, put it there. You can use the distance formula as well to get the radius. Just if you have the coordinates of the center and the coordinates here, you can use the square root. It's okay. It's still advisable. Then another important thing which you need take note is the A and B. A and B are the x and y coordinates of the center of your circle, right? And as well the sign, it's always negative. Don't forget that it's always negative, because if you change it to positive, then it changes the whole equation of the circle. So make sure that you always have it as negative. And the special case of the equation of a circle, it's when you have your center as the origin, meaning your a is 0 and your b is 0 at the origin. You know what is the origin point on the Cartesian plane? The point 0 and 0, origin. Then you simply substitute a is 0, b is 0, then you're going to end up with x squared, because any number minus 0 is just itself, and then y squared, which is equals to r squared, which is the same as theorem of Pythagoras. For some odd reason, it reminds me of theorem of Pythagoras, but it's not in this case. So yeah, I've said a mouthful. Then the most important thing which you need to know is that you need your radius and the coordinates of the center for you to define your equation of a circle. Let's look into this. Let's say you have an equation written in this form: x minus 6 all squared plus y squared is equals to 100. Then you can look at it and be like, you can see you have your a, it's nicely seen here as 6 not b all squared plus, and then you see your y is the same here. What I did here, you can see it is your y, it's y minus 0 all squared is equals to 100. Great. And then this in this form, it looks familiar to this one. They look exactly the same, where you can get that your a is gonna be 6, not negative 6 but 6, because this negative belongs to the equation. And then b is gonna be how much? Tell me what b is gonna be. It's just gonna be 0. The negative belongs to the equation. So be mindful of the signs. Be mindful of the signs when you substitute the coordinates of the center. Then the center in this case is gonna be your 6 and 0 is the center in this case. Center point or coordinate. Then your radius, remember this 100 it's equals to r squared, not just r. Then your radius is going to be the square root, this we square both sides. Remember, whenever you use a square root, you have the plus or minus sign. But in this case, radius is just the distance. Then we just take the positive one. Then we have positive 10 meter, 10 centimeter, or 10 whatever. But in this case, it's just positive 10 because r is always positive. You cannot travel a negative distance. Good. And then I hope everything is clear till this point. Everybody can understand. Let's try another example where you have your x squared plus y squared is equals to 25. Clearly you can see your x, your b, your a and b are 0 and 0. Therefore your origin it's 0, not your origin, your center is 0 and 0. Your center is 0 and 0 as explained here when I was explaining the origin. And the special case of this equation of a circle. Then your radius in this case is going to be the square root of 25. As I said, always take the positive, then it's going to be 5. Another case, it can be you have x squared plus 8x plus y squared minus 3y is equals to is equals to minus 6. Sorry about that, I was just giving you okay moment. Let's continue now with this one. Then you see this is a brand new thing. We can't really see what is b, what is a. Then we introduce the concept we learned in grade 11 called completing the square. Then we're going to complete the square for the x and complete the square for the y, and then add the like terms, and then we're going to have a standard form equation in this case. Then in this case we're just going to have x squared plus 8x plus into 8 with its sign. We take this coefficient of x and its sign positive, and then we divide it by 2 and all squared. Because it's a new thing, we take it in and we take it out, because we don't want to introduce things that were not there previously. Same applies with this one. We're going to have y squared. The squared is ugly. We're going to have y squared, and then we minus 3y, and then we add negative 3 all over 2 all squared. Because we add, we even subtract it because it wasn't there, it's just a new thing. All squared, complete the square. All of this equals to negative 6, right? Sharp. Then completing the square, I'm sure you still remember. I can do a whole video of it. We take the first 3 and then we factorize, whereby we're gonna look at the first one and the last one to give us the middle one. Then we have x plus 4, because they are both squared. Then in here we're just gonna square it. It's a trick that I will explain it later on. And this is out, and then even the first 3 this side, it's going to be plus into brackets y. They are both squared. This is a squared, it's not a cubed. I'm sorry about that. Then it's going to be y minus 3 over 2 because it can be simplified, all squared. When you do your FOIL, when you do your multiplication, they're going to return you back. But now we've been used to this guy and this guy and negative 6. Then we just say is equals to negative 6. This it's negative. When it crosses equal sign it becomes positive, and then this is 4. 4 squared is going to be 16. This side as well is going to be, it's minus. When it crosses become positive, then this becomes 4 over 9 because it's, no, it's 3, no, it can't be 4 over 9, it's 3 over, it's 3 over 2, then it becomes 9 over 4. From there we have x plus 4 all squared plus y minus 3 over 2 all squared is equals to, when we add all those, since they are like terms, we can say plus plus plus, and then it gives us 49, positive 49 over 4. Then we can see our standardized equation. Now we can see our standardized, you can see this equation, you can see it here. Therefore our center is going to be negative what, 4 and 3 over 2. Remember, for us to get this positive side, it means we multiply this negative with another negative to make it positive. That's why here it's negative 4. And then even this one, it's already negative, it's already negative. Hence means b is just 3 over 2. This will be our center, and then our r will be equals to the square root of 49 over 4. Why square root of 49? Because this is r squared, this is r squared, and then to remove the squared we take the square root. Then the square root of 49 is 7, the square root of 4 is 2. Am I right or am I right? Yes, I am right. Then that's how we go about it. We can as well try to, nah, we won't have enough, we have enough space. We can multiply this portion just to check that it's equals to this portion, because I just did it quickly. Then we know this 4x plus 4 all squared is going to be x plus 4 times x plus 4. This becomes what, x squared plus 4x plus 4x becomes 8x plus what, 4 times 4 is 16. And then when we take this one, whereby is x squared plus 8x plus 8 over 2 all squared, this becomes what, we only simplify this because it's a number, and then it's going to be x squared plus 8x. Simplifying it, this becomes plus 8 over 2 is 4, 4 squared is 16. Then you can really see that this and this are equal. So can I recap a little bit of recap what we did when we were completing the square? You take the coefficient with its sign, divide by 2 and square it. Because you added a new thing, you will subtract it as well. We subtract it, and then we only use the added one. The subtracted one is added with other like terms. And I hope you got value from this, and I hope now analytic geometry it's thing of the past. From here they're going to tell you things like x-intercept, which you know, questions or if you don't know x-intercept, then you are looking for x values where your y are equals to 0 or is equals to 0, and your y-intercept, that's when you look for y values where your x's are equals to 0. And then shout out to you for watching this far, for being with me ever since. Your support is highly appreciated, and I wish you nothing but the best to pass. Keep going. Tell your friends to tell your friends to come view the videos. Let's all pass. Let's make education fashionable again. Thank you.